You wake up exhausted. Again, the alarm feels like your enemy, and that third cup of coffee isn't doing anything anymore. But what if I told you this bone-crushing fatigue isn't just about poor sleep or stress? There's something deeper, darker, and far more ancient draining your life force right now. In the spiritual realm, beings of darkness feed on human energy. They're drawn to your light, your potential, your very essence, and they're getting stronger because most people don't even know they exist. While modern medicine blames your exhaustion on burnout or depression, these invisible forces continue their feast, leaving you feeling hollow and drained. Today, I'm going to reveal the truth about these energy vampires and show you exactly how to spot them, fight them, and protect yourself from their relentless attacks. You'll discover the 6 unmistakable signs that demons are feeding on your energy, the daily habits that make you an easy target, and the ancient techniques that can shield your spirit from these parasitic entities. This isn't just another video about feeling tired. This is about reclaiming your power, your energy, and your life from forces that have been hunting humanity since the dawn of time. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could transform your entire existence. Beyond physical exhaustion lies a deeper form of fatigue, one that seeps into every corner of existence. Spiritual drainage manifests in ways most people miss, yet these signs scream for attention when we finally recognize them. Waking up feeling like sleep never happened becomes more than just a bad night's rest. Each morning brings a heaviness that coffee can't lift, a weight pressing down on mind and spirit alike. Dreams turn dark and repetitive, filled with shadows that seem to follow into waking hours. This goes far deeper than ordinary nightmares. These dreams drain rather than frighten. Throughout daylight hours, sudden cold spots appear even in warm rooms, accompanied by inexplicable feelings of being watched. Music sounds hollow, colors seem dimmer, and favorite activities bring no joy. Food loses its taste, not from illness, but from a creeping numbness that spreads through every experience. Relationships start suffering next. Friends and family notice increased irritability, while empaths find themselves overwhelmed by others' emotions more than usual. Personal boundaries dissolve, leaving an open channel for negative energies to flow freely. Social interactions that once energized now leave a feeling of complete depletion. Physical symptoms emerge in patterns too consistent to ignore. Pressure builds at the base of the skull, accompanied by unexplained muscle aches. Random cold chills run down the spine, especially during moments of peace or meditation. Electronic devices malfunction more frequently around affected individuals, lights flicker, phones die faster, watches stop working. Most telling of all, moments of clarity come with a sense of being pulled back into darkness, as if something actively resists attempts to heal or grow stronger. Prayer and meditation feel blocked, like speaking into a void. Traditional relaxation techniques bring temporary relief at best, while the underlying exhaustion remains constant. These signs point to something far more sinister than modern stress. They reveal an active spiritual attack, systematically draining life force and replacing it with shadows. Recognizing these symptoms marks the first step toward fighting back against unseen adversaries who prey on human energy. Shadows lurk in spaces between reality, feeding on human vitality with ancient precision. Energy vampires exist in multiple forms, each more cunning than last, in their methods of draining life force from unsuspecting souls. Most dangerous among these entities are shadow feeders, demons that attach themselves during moments of emotional vulnerability. They whisper doubts, amplify fears, and slowly siphon away spiritual energy while masquerading as natural anxiety or depression. These parasitic beings often target those with brightest internal lights, drawn like moths to flame, seeking to dim radiant souls through persistent spiritual attacks. Secondary vampires manifest as toxic connections, both supernatural and human. Some people unconsciously drain others' energy, acting as conduits for darker forces. These human energy vampires may appear as friends, colleagues, or even family members who leave others feeling inexplicably exhausted after every interaction. Behind their demanding presence often lurks a deeper supernatural force, using them as channels to access multiple victims. Particularly insidious are ancestral attachments, generational curses, and spiritual parasites passed down through bloodlines. These entities disguise themselves as family traits or patterns, making their detection especially challenging. They feed not just on individual energy, but on entire family systems, creating cycles of exhaustion, conflict, and spiritual weakness that repeat across generations. Geographic vampires anchor themselves to specific locations, homes, offices, or lands with dark histories. They create energy vortexes that slowly drain anyone residing or working in these spaces. Signs include persistent bad luck, recurring nightmares among occupants, and an oppressive atmosphere that never lifts despite physical cleaning or renovation. Most subtle yet equally dangerous are thought-form vampires, entities created and strengthened by collective negative thinking and fear. These beings feed on mass anxiety, growing stronger with each global crisis or widespread panic. They attach themselves to individuals who constantly consume negative news or engage in pessimistic thinking patterns. Each type employs unique strategies, making them difficult to combat without proper identification. Yet all share one common trait: they cannot withstand direct confrontation once exposed to light and truth. Recognition provides power, as naming these entities begins stripping away their ability to feed unnoticed. Invisible doorways open through seemingly innocent daily routines, creating perfect entry points for energy-draining entities. Modern lifestyles have crafted an environment where spiritual defenses drop without conscious awareness, making souls increasingly vulnerable to paranormal parasites. Scrolling social media before sleep creates a twilight state of consciousness where spiritual barriers naturally weaken. Each negative comment absorbed, every comparison made, gradually erodes protective energy fields. Late-night digital consumption especially draws these entities close, as natural circadian rhythms disruption leaves spiritual defenses at their lowest. Skipping breakfast extends overnight fasting, keeping blood sugar low and spiritual energy depleted. Morning hours between 3 a.m. and dawn mark peak supernatural activity, making proper morning routines crucial for protection. Rushing into daily tasks without spiritual centering, prayer, meditation, or simple gratitude leaves energy fields unshielded against psychic attacks. Chronic complaining acts as beacon for negative entities, broadcasting vulnerability across spiritual frequencies. Each negative thought transforms into spiritual static, creating interference that makes it harder to detect approaching energy vampires. Constant criticism, whether internal or external, generates dark energy these beings feed upon. Poor boundaries in relationships provide direct channels for energy drainage. People-pleasing behaviors, inability to say no, taking on others' emotional burdens, all create energetic leaks exploited by supernatural parasites. Unresolved conflicts especially attract these entities, as emotional wounds serve as entry points for spiritual infection. Physical clutter mirrors spiritual disorder, creating stagnant energy pockets where negative entities thrive. Holding onto broken items, keeping gifts from toxic people, or maintaining spaces filled with old memories provides anchor points for spiritual parasites. Even seemingly benign objects can harbor negative attachments when not regularly cleansed or cleared. Mindless consumption of violent or fear-based entertainment programs neural pathways to accept negative energy. Horror movies, true crime podcasts, and graphic news coverage normalize dark frequencies, making it harder to distinguish between natural anxiety and supernatural attack. Media choices create either shields or vulnerabilities in spiritual armor. Breaking these habits requires conscious awareness and deliberate action. Each change pattern closes another door, gradually sealing off entry points used by energy vampires to access human vitality. Beyond physical reality, an ancient war rages for possession of human souls and energy. Invisible battles unfold in everyday moments, while most remain unaware of this constant spiritual combat surrounding their lives. Light and darkness clash in perpetual conflict, using human consciousness as their battlefield. Each thought, decision, and action either strengthens forces of light or empowers agents of darkness. Small choices carry cosmic significance in this hidden war. A kind word spoken becomes a weapon of light, while a moment of spite feeds darker forces. Spiritual attacks often intensify during major life transitions, job changes, relationships, personal growth phases. These pivotal moments attract both divine protection and demonic interference, as each side recognizes opportunities to influence human destiny. Dreams become more vivid during these periods, filled with symbolic warnings or messages about unseen dangers. Night hours mark peak combat times in spiritual realms. Between midnight and dawn, protective veils naturally thin, making human consciousness more susceptible to both divine inspiration and dark interference. Many wake repeatedly at 3 a.m., known as Devil's Hour, when negative forces reach maximum strength and attempt to infiltrate unguarded minds. Sacred spaces face continuous assault from entities seeking to disrupt spiritual connection. Churches, temples, meditation rooms, anywhere humans attempt to connect with divine light becomes a target. These locations require constant spiritual maintenance and cleansing to maintain their protective functions against darkness. Children often sense this warfare more clearly than adults, seeing shadows move or feeling presences others miss. Their natural spiritual sensitivity makes them both more vulnerable to attack and more capable of receiving divine protection. Imaginary friends sometimes mask spiritual entities, both benevolent and malicious, attempting to influence young souls. Modern technology adds new dimensions to this age-old conflict. Digital spaces create novel battlegrounds where spiritual warfare plays out through screens and signals. Social media algorithms inadvertently amplify negative energy, while artificial intelligence develops without spiritual discernment, potentially becoming conduits for darker forces. Victory in this unseen war depends on awareness and active participation in spiritual defense. Consciousness itself becomes armor when properly trained and aligned with divine light, capable of repelling darkness through simple yet powerful acts of faith and love. Ancient wisdom combines with modern methods to create powerful shields against spiritual attacks. Time-tested protection techniques, when properly applied, form impenetrable barriers against energy vampires and demonic forces. Salt circles remain among most potent protective tools available. Pure sea salt, scattered across thresholds or formed into circles during meditation, creates energy fields negative entities cannot penetrate. Bathing in salt water naturally cleanses spiritual bodies, dissolving toxic attachments before they fully form. Sound vibrations shatter dark energy patterns instantly. Sacred bells, singing bowls, or even hand clapping at specific frequencies disrupts negative forces attempting to attach. Deep, resonant chanting, particularly of ancient prayers or mantras, establishes protective sound barriers that last for hours. White sage smoke carries tremendous banishing power, but proper technique matters more than quantity. Small, mindfully burned bundles outperform careless, large-scale smudging. Smoke should be directed to all corners, starting from ground level and moving upward, while maintaining focused intent on purification. Mirrors placed strategically reflect negative energy back to its source. Small mirrors angled outward near entrances deflect incoming attacks, while larger mirrors inside sacred spaces amplify protective energies. Black tourmaline crystals placed near mirrors enhance their defensive properties significantly. Prayer creates instant spiritual armor when spoken with conviction. Simple phrases repeated with faith generate protective light more powerful than complex rituals performed without belief. Morning prayers especially build lasting shields that strengthen throughout day. Physical exercise combined with spiritual intention doubles protective power. Martial arts movements, yoga poses, or simple stretches become energy shields when practiced mindfully. Moving meditation generates active barriers stronger than static protection methods. Digital devices require modern protection methods. Setting intentions into phone backgrounds, using specific number sequences as passwords, and maintaining clean email spaces prevents energy drain through technology. Regular digital detoxes close portals that entities use to access personal energy. Most crucial among all protection methods. Maintaining high vibration through joy, gratitude, and love. Dark entities cannot attach to souls vibrating at frequencies of genuine happiness and peace. Simple acts of kindness generate protective light stronger than most ritual defenses. Success comes through consistent practice rather than sporadic emergency measures. Building daily protection habits creates layered defenses far more effective than single powerful rituals performed occasionally. Power returns through systematic spiritual reclamation, rebuilding energy reserves one practice at a time. Recovery follows specific patterns, requiring dedicated effort to seal energy leaks and restore natural vitality. Sunrise rituals jumpstart energy reclamation most effectively. First light carries special power, facing east, arms raised, breathing deeply for 7 minutes recharges depleted spiritual batteries. Morning dew collected on bare feet grounds scattered energy, drawing it back into physical form. Sacred geometry activates natural healing frequencies, drawing simple circles, triangles, and squares while focusing on their perfect forms restructures damaged energy fields. Connecting these shapes into mandalas creates powerful energy collection points, naturally drawing scattered force back to center. Water rituals accelerate energy recovery dramatically. Rain showers wash away parasitic attachments, while collecting rainwater for later spiritual cleansing extends protection. Ocean waves especially return stolen energy. Each seventh wave carries specific restorative properties when consciously received. Candle flames reveal energy theft patterns while aiding recovery. Blue candles burned at dusk draw back stolen power, while white candles lit at dawn seal recovered energy into place. Watching flames closely shows energy movement. Steady flames indicate successful recovery, while flickering reveals continuing theft. Nature immersion speeds healing processes exponentially. Tree trunks absorb negative residue while transferring vital force back through palms placed against bark. Bare earth contact, especially in morning hours, restores primal energy connections often severed by modern living. Speaking power words aloud reinforces energy boundaries during recovery. Simple phrases like return, reclaim, and restore, spoken with authority, activate natural law requiring stolen energies return. Names hold special power. Speaking one's full name firmly re-establishes sovereignty over personal energy. Sleep positions influence recovery speed significantly. Sleeping with head facing north aligns spiritual bodies for maximum regeneration. Keeping amethyst or clear quartz near pillows maintains protective fields throughout vulnerable sleep hours. Food choices either speed or slow recovery. Living foods, fresh fruits, sprouted grains, raw honey, carry high energy signatures that replenish depleted reserves. Dark leafy greens especially help rebuild protective auric fields when eaten mindfully. Consistent application of these methods gradually rebuilds natural energy shields while restoring stolen vitality. Recovery happens layer by layer, each practice building upon previous efforts until full strength returns. Ancient battles rage on in modern times, with consequences more dire than most realize. Through this journey of understanding spiritual warfare and energy vampirism, crucial truths have emerged about protecting personal power and reclaiming stolen vitality. Now stands a critical choice: remain vulnerable to unseen attackers or rise in spiritual strength and sovereignty. Signs of spiritual attack surround daily life, hiding in plain sight. Chronic exhaustion, emotional drainage, and persistent bad luck signal more than modern stress. They reveal active energy theft by entities seeking to dim human light. These parasitic forces grow stronger through ignorance, feeding freely on those who dismiss their existence. Shadow feeders, ancestral attachments, and geographic vampires represent just a fraction of entities seeking human energy. Each type employs unique strategies, making detection and defense complex yet crucial. Most dangerous among these are thought-form vampires, strengthened by collective fear and negative thinking patterns that dominate modern consciousness. Daily habits unknowingly invite these dark forces closer. Social media, scrolling before sleep, chronic complaining, poor boundaries, and mindless consumption of negative media create perfect conditions for energy drainage. Physical clutter mirrors spiritual disorder, providing anchor points for parasitic attachment that persist until consciously cleared. Yet hope shines brighter than any darkness. Ancient protection methods, proven effective through millennia, still work powerfully today. Salt circles, sacred sound, white sage smoke, and strategic mirror placement create layered defenses against negative forces. Prayer generates instant spiritual armor when spoken with genuine faith, while physical exercise combined with spiritual intention doubles protective power. Recovery follows natural laws, responding to dedicated effort and consistent practice. Morning rituals harness sunrise energy for maximum restoration, while water ceremonies wash away parasitic attachments. Nature immersion, especially tree contact and bare earth connection, speeds healing processes exponentially. Sacred geometry restructures damaged energy fields, drawing scattered force back to center through simple yet powerful forms. This knowledge comes with responsibility. Awareness demands action. Each person choosing to reclaim their power weakens dark forces' collective grip on humanity. Small changes compound into powerful protection, maintaining high vibration through joy, speaking power words with authority, aligning sleep positions for optimal recovery, choosing high-energy foods mindfully. Future generations depend on today's spiritual warriors standing firm against energy vampirism. Children, naturally more sensitive to unseen realms, need strong examples of spiritual protection and energy sovereignty. Technology creates new battlegrounds requiring modern adaptation of ancient wisdom to maintain energetic integrity in digital spaces. Victory in this hidden war relies not on dramatic gestures but consistent small choices aligned with light. Each kind word spoken becomes a weapon against darkness. Every grateful thought generates protective frequencies. Simple acts of love create barriers stronger than most ritual defenses. Take this moment to commit to spiritual protection and energy reclamation. Start with one small change, perhaps a morning prayer, a salt circle, or mindful media consumption. Build slowly but steadily, adding protective practices as strength returns. Notice subtle shifts in energy levels, emotional balance, and life circumstances as natural vitality flows more freely. If this information resonated deeply, spread light by sharing with others who might be suffering unknowingly from energy drainage. Support fellow spiritual warriors by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel for more ancient wisdom adapted for modern challenges. Together, we form a powerful force against darkness. Remember, light always overcomes shadow when consciously directed. Each person reclaiming their power adds to humanity's collective spiritual strength. Dark forces may persist, but they cannot withstand the focused intention of awakened souls standing firm in their spiritual sovereignty. Leave a comment sharing your experiences with energy drainage and protection methods that work for you. Join our growing community of spiritual warriors committed to maintaining high vibration and protecting personal power. By supporting each other, we create an unbreakable network of light that naturally repels darkness. Subscribe now and activate notifications to receive more powerful insights into spiritual warfare and protection. Together, we'll explore deeper mysteries while building stronger defenses against energy vampirism. Light prevails when we stand united in awareness and action. This journey of protection and reclamation begins now. Take the first step today toward full energy sovereignty. Future generations will thank those who chose to stand strong against darkness, reclaiming human power one soul at a time.